r/ask Reddit. What brand are you loyal to and why? Fisher Price. I bought a baby swing at a second-hand market. It was about 5 years old but it still worked great. Only, when we set it up at home, I discovered it was missing the waist straps that form part of the harness. On a whim, I called up Fisher Price and asked if there was some way to order the straps. The customer service person looked up the serial number of the swing and immediately sent me a new set of straps free of charge. When I asked why they were sending me new straps, even though I had been honest and told them I had gotten the swing second hand, I was told that Fisher Price is dedicated to the safety of babies and children and that they will always back up their products, no matter how old they are or how they were bought. It may be an image thing or a liability thing, but I was honestly blown away by the level of customer service they offered. I had a Fisher Price tape cassette player I got as a child. In my teens, the 80s, I got into heavy metal and punk. Think Black Flag, Slayer, King Diamond, Anthrax, etc etc. Well, this cassette player was impervious to damage. Literally you could take a damn hammer to the thing and would keep on playing whatever was in it. So that became my group's go-to portable music player. A bunch of dudes with long hair, mohawks, combat boots, piercings, and a Fisher Price tape cassette player. That brown cassette player was a ducking trooper. I also had a camera from FP that still works if I felt like finding the film and flash bulbs for it. Still, my dad once bought a commercial still weed eater for use around his property. It's a 2-cycle engine, so it takes gas mixed with oil. Dad did not know this. He ran it on straight gas until it locked up. The still technician who fixed it told him it would either last a week or a lifetime. No telling. That was 30 years ago and it still runs great. All the outdoor stuff I buy is still. We can't really take the opinion on a product made 30 years ago versus the product you might buy on a shelf today. Case in point, Craftsman tools. Just want to make this clear. Does anyone have any recent stories on the quality of still? I have used their weed eaters on state parks and they were solid and hope they still make them like that. Patagonia. I ripped a pair of long johns after 5 years of wearing them, so I sent them in. Patagonia no longer made that style of capelline anymore, so instead of sending me a new pair they sent me my money back. I took that money and bought a new fleece. I have sent them jackets with holes and broken zippers and they come back fixed within a few weeks. Phenomenal customer service. Patagonia also reuses all old fabrics in order to keep the environment clean. I think everything they make now is from recycled material excluding zippers. I remember seeing a banner on their page that said that and below it also said not yet. Kirkland. I've never been disappointed. Quality product for reasonable price. Kirkland vodka equals Grey Goose. Dressing like a boss though. In head to toe Costco. Anchor. Anytime anything has gone wrong they have immediately fixed it, usually sending out a replacement cable battery speaker without needing the faulty one back. Anchor is great as the products are high quality. They have great customer support and you can write a W in front of the logo. Adidas, because most of their products are comfortable and because I'm Slavic. Good Slav. Fiskars, all I'm saying is lifetime warranty on everything. I broke a brand new Fiskars axe because I was beating on it with a sledge. Emailed them a picture and said I probably got a little too frisky with the sledge and not to worry about sending a new one. Just to maybe advertise that the product shouldn't be used for heavy wood splitting. I had a new axe delivered in under a month. No questions asked. What sort of an animal uses a sledge to aid in wood splitting? Someone splitting wood like elm or sycamore. Of course you're probably better off using the sledgehammer to drive and splitting wedges instead of the axe. It might work a little bit better since that's their intended use. Patagonia. Yvon Chouinard, the owner and past CEO, built a company that respects its own workers. Their HQ has free yoga, an organic cafe, free childcare. They allow workers to set their hours and even go surfing every day. They also set strict standards for the environmental and the ethical impact of the materials used for production. Another CEO made this statement about Patagonia. They've shown that you can build a profitable business while thinking about the environment and thinking about your team and community. Google Patagonia and read about them as a company. It should be the model for any businesses in the United States. They had the owner on a NPR show once. How I built this. or something. He just wanted a good pair of shorts that would last forever. He worked with his local seamstress and came up with a pair that would stand on their own. He hired that seamstress when he started the company. MSI, I had a video card that melted my entire computer outside of the warranty period. I sent the video card in on an RMA. They asked if it did any damage to the rest of my computer. I said yes. They then requested a copy of the parts I bought as long as it's through a company they know. Fortunately, I bought all my parts through Newegg, sent them my order, and they completely reimbursed me for my entire computer. I had MSI Mobo as well. Since then I always get their products. They didn't need to do that since my GPU was out of warranty. On the topic of GPUs, EVGA is a fantastic brand as well. Top-notch support over there. MSI EVGA is all I buy. Has been the same for over a decade. I switch between brands every couple of years depending on the deal at any given time, but both are similar to me in build quality, performance, and warranty. Old Bay, for gracing these lands with a wonderful seasoning. Maryland intensifies. Dawn dish soap. It never fails to get dishes clean and other dirt, grease, and grime off. NyQuil. No other medicine. I've tried others. Nothing helps me sleep like NyQuil when I'm sick. Dawn is the shit. Also good for getting rid of fleas on dogs and stains out of carpet and fabric. 10 years ago. Blizzard. RIP. 10 years ago. Bethesda. RIP. 10 years ago. BioWare. RIP. Never. EA. RIP. Band-Aid. The quality of those products are so far beyond the competition that we don't call them bandages anymore. Honda, outboard, CRV, snowblower, they just work, all the time. My CRV is awesome to drive. My Honda snowblower does things none of my neighbors can come close to. It was 3 times the price though, but I'm not trying to die from shoveling. Darn tough socks. They are just awesome in every way and worth every penny. Wondered when I'd see Honda. Drove my 2004 Civic X to 210k miles. Sold it for $2,700 and bought a 2016 Civic Touring. Never had to do anything to the old Civic other than brakes, oil, routine stuff. Hopefully the new Civic is just as reliable compared to my wife's Nissan Rogue, which has had transmission problems and AC issues. It's night and day. I'll be trying to convince her to spring for something Honda for her next vehicle. Trojan condoms. 2 kids without them. No kids with them. Keep that monthly delivery coming. Heinz ketchup. Nothing else tastes right. Have you tried putting it on stuff, like burgers and hot dogs? No. Just a large glass for me please. No ice. Google. Because I have already sold my soul to them and there is no way back. I've heard IKEA treats their employees like human beings, so that alone puts them higher than most other big corporations I've heard of. Went for a job interview with them. They brought me and the other interviewees all up into this big staff lounge room. Gave us all a bottle of water and a bowl of chocolates. We all had a good chat with some of the staff before the interviews. Even the 2 guys who were doing the interviews chatted with us all for a while. It really helped to break the ice. I absolutely bombed the interview itself sadly, but they were really good to us. Nintendo, because I love playing their video games and I grew up playing Nintendo games. They aren't perfect, but they definitely have my loyalty. I bought a Switch on Black Friday so that I could play Breath of the Wild. As someone who's played solely PC and occasionally Xbox for the past decade, this game scratches that itch that neither of the former ever could. Can't remember the last time I got so invested in a single player game. There's just so much depth and a certain charm to the artwork. Victorinox is my go-to Swiss Army knife. They make some damn good kitchen knives too. Nivea for men range. My skin feels so good and my face looks younger. Aha. I have the whole range. Body creams and wash. To face shaving stuff and moisturizers. Sunblock. Etc. It's relatively cheap compared to other stuff. I also, for no reason, will wear only Adidas for my relax wear and gym wear. I just like the fit and style, I guess. Get my inner Slav on. I've used Nivea moisturizer since I was 15. That was 27 years ago. I constantly get told I look early to mid 30s. I'm 42. I don't know if there's a correlation, but I reckon it's worked. Also, I'm a guy. Burt's Bees, specifically the chapstick, cause it works. Columbia, I have 4 of those fleeces and a jacket and I've had them for a while. Indomie noodles, Nasco cornflakes, they'll always be the best to me. Klein Tools, Laphroaig single malt whiskey, thanks very much. Lagavulin, first one I ever tried and nothing has beat it since. It'll always be my favorite. Ardbeg, Laphroaig and Lagavulin lie in the same coast on Islay. They're even on the same road. Coincidentally, they're my 3 favorite single malts. IDKY, but Adidas and North Face have always been my 2 brands. I rarely wear anything else. New Balance, comfortable shoes, not overpriced, and a good share of their products are still made in the USA. Sennheiser, goddamn, their ducking headphones are high sound quality, comfy, and also the ones with mics are really high quality. I hate admitting loyalty to a brand, but Sony, that goddamn PlayStation 2 did it. Uniqlo, do I even have to say why? Mayo when you don't have money. Frank's Red Hot Sauce. LL Bean, clothing built to last and they have an incredible return policy. I have a pair of Bean boots that were my dad's for 30 years before I got them, and they are just like new. Edit. For the sake of not misleading people, it seems the Bachelor of Law return policy was dialed back, but they still refurbish the boots, assuming they ever even need it. Additionally, quality has gone down, but if you can find some used or made in Maine gear by them, it'll be top notch. A&W Root Beer. Lush, sure it's pricey, but I'm paying for a brand that actually seems to care and put effort into being as ethical as possible. And they have a policy where everyone on their shop floor is allowed to give away a product to a customer they think deserves it, usually someone who seems to be having a really bad day. I haven't seen it mentioned yet, but I'll give a shout out to Ace Hardware. They're always so incredibly helpful in finding that screw or bolt or random doodad that nowhere else has, and certainly no one's going to be around to help you locate it. The only downside is they don't typically carry any limber or ply like the big box stores. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.